Hey, in this video, we're going to be talking about the jazz standard Misty, and I'm going to take you through how I would put together a chord melody with this song. And by a chord melody, I mean playing the melody but putting chords underneath it. This could be for a solo guitar arrangement, but it would also work equally. It would also work equally well with a guitar trio. So let me perform it for you first, and then we'll jump right into it and we'll break it down. All right, here we go. Okay, so you'll find a tab for this in the description, and I will be putting the tabs on the screen accordingly when we need them. So the first part here, I would also recommend while looking at the tab, you may want to pull up the real book for this, real book volume 1 in C. You can get that pretty cheaply on Amazon or electronically. Or you can just look up a chart for Misty, like just Google search the image for it. But that will give us good context as well to go along with this tablature that I've provided for you as well. But basically, there's a pickup measure with a B flat and a G. And I'm playing it an octave higher than written. You can do that on in jazz. It's pretty cool. So you don't have to like follow and be super precise. You can be very free with stuff like this. But I prefer to play the B flat and the G up here on fret 6 and fret 8 on string 2. So string 1 here, string 2 there. Then we come to a D note, and I like to use this one. This is fret 7 on the 3rd string. And the chord here is an E flat major 7 when we get here. So once we arrive here, I like to do this little bass note thing. Instead of just playing a chord there, it almost looks like a power chord. It's fret 6 on the 5th string, and it's fret 8 on the 4th string. So far. So as you can see, it looks like you're making a power chord. Now after that, you'll see there's a B flat going to a C. And then we land on this D flat right here. And when we land on this particular D flat, the chord that we have is B flat minor 7. And just a quick note, this song is basically in the key of E flat major, though it moves around quite a bit harmonically. So once we hit this D flat, we have to go to this C, and I like to grab a B flat minor 7 9 chord. The way I'm accomplishing that is I'm borrowing my first finger on fret 6, so fret 6, 6, 6. Even though this is also on the 6, I have my ring cancels that out there, which is fret 8 on the 1st string. And a lot of times, and you'll see this in the tab, I'll hit the chord and then I'll just kind of hit the top note. I don't always hit the chord every time. And then we have an E flat 7, still hitting the C note. And then we have this B flat, G, E flat. So fret 6, fret 8, fret 8, string 1, 2, and 3, respectively. And then we come to this C right here. I like to grab this one. This is where A flat major 7 occurs. I'm using my first finger to grab the C right there. And then I do another little kind of bass note thing. I go, that's E flat and A, which kind of outlines a flat triad. So middle finger on 6, ring on 6, still grabbing that there. Then there's these little triplet things you'll see, especially if you look at the real book. But it's G going to A flat, going to C, E flat, G, and I pull that off in this area. I go 5 to 6 on the 4th string, 5 to 8 on the 3rd string, and then I grab this 8th fret here. Then we come over to A flat minor 7 with a B flat melody note. And I do that same kind of idea with the minor 9 chord. And so I'm getting that by barring my first finger, 4, 4, 4, and then the ring finger is grabbing 6 up here. And I don't always hit the chord. I kind of like, you know, I just do what I feel a lot of times. So even though you'll see that tablature, it's fairly accurate, but I don't always stick to a specific rhythm. So you can kind of be very free with this. But anyway, we're going to grab A flat real quick with the 4th fret, coming back to this B flat. Now here we have an A flat going to a B flat, and this is underneath the D flat 7 chord. I like to do a little hammer-on thing. I go 4 to 6 to 4 with the hammer and pull off. And then from here, I like to slide into this G note that occurs on the E flat major 7. I like to use my pinky because it's going to set up the chord. So it's going from 6 to 8, and I'm grabbing this chord. That's why I use my pinky. So this chord here is kind of like a power chord down here, and then these 2 fingers. So it is 6, 8, 7, and 8 again. And then I come over here, I grab this A flat, fret 4 on the 1st string, this B flat right here, fret 6. Then we have a C minor 7 chord, the melody note's E flat. I grab this one here, fret 4, string 2. And I grab another little triad underneath it. It's a 5, 5, 4 thing here. And I kind of just hit it real quick. Then we have this F going to G, so 6 to 3 right here. And then I'm grabbing this A flat once the F minor 7 chord occurs. And I'm grabbing a very typical F minor 7 chord shape. But the way I'm pulling this off, it's 3, 5, 4, 4. Then I'm grabbing the C that's already in the chord, this where my pinky is. And then you hit it again, and you come over to the B flat 7 chord. I'm hitting a D note, fret 3, fret 4 E flat, fret 6 F. Then we're coming to the first ending, and this is where the G minor 7 chord occurs. There's a G melody note. I'm just grabbing this bar right here. Just 3, 3, 3, 3. Then there's a C7 chord, and we actually have 2 options. In the tab, I believe I put this for you. That's 2, 3, 1, 3. That's one option. If you want to be cooler, you can do a diminished chord. That's 2, 3, 2, 3. So you could go, or you could go. That's pretty fun. Then the F minor 7 chord happens. The G is still the melody note, so I'm just barring my first finger while holding the G here. Then it goes to a B flat 7 chord, and I like to grab this real fast. It's a B flat 13. I'm barring my first finger to grab that, all on fret 6, 4th string down. My middle finger is on 7 on the 3rd string, and my ring finger is on 8 of the 2nd. That comes from this chord, like a traditional dominant, but I like the sound of this better. Now, after I do that, we have another pickup of B flat and G, and it's going to do all the same stuff, because the A section is repeating. And now we're at the second ending with the E flat 6. And what I do here is I do this really fun chord that looks like this. And it's quite a stretch, but it sounds super cool. So that's why I put up with the stretch here. So that's fret 4, fret 7, fret 8. It's, you can see that is quite the stretch. But it's awesome. And then I just arpeggiate it a bit. Now at this point, we're coming over to the bridge section, the B section, you could say. And it, right after this cool little thing, we just have like this quarter note rest, and then we have some quarter note notes. We go E flat, F, G, B flat C, and that's 4, 6, 8, and then 6, 8. And then we come to this D flat note here. And the chord here is a B flat minor 7. So that's fret 9 up here. And the chord I'm grabbing, pretty typical minor 7 chord, is going to be 8, 10, 9, 9. And then an E flat 7 flat 9 chord happens. And so I get a nice little diminished shape, and that's going to be 8, 9, 8, 9. Then we have, those are just single notes, D flat, E, F flat, which is just E, E flat, D, or 9, 11, 12, 11, back to 9 again. Then we come to an A flat major 7 chord with a C. And there, so I'm just borrowing my ring finger and my index, so we have fret 6 and then 8, 8, 8. And then from there, we have some single notes again, which is E flat F, A flat, B flat, C. So that is 4, 6, 4, 6, 8. And then we're coming over to A minor 7, which is like totally not in the key of E flat anymore, but that's how jazz works. It's pretty awesome. So here, I grab this really fun chord. It's coming from a typical A minor 7 shape that looks like this, but I have to rearrange it so I can get the D up top here. So what I have bottom to top going on is I have 7, 9, 8, 10. And you grab the D a few times. You can hit the chord, go out of the chord. It doesn't matter too much. Then you grab the C real fast. You can kind of hold the chord shape while you're still doing it, because you're going to need this chord back. Then here is switching to D7. I just switch over to a typical D7 shape, bar on the 10th fret. Middle finger is on 11 on the 3rd string. And at this point, same kind of idea. I'm hitting the D a few times. Now here, I do all diminished chords. I come to the C with a diminished shape, 7, 8, 7, 8. Comes over to F. This is where the F7 occurs. I do another diminished shape of 12, 13, 12, 13 with the F up top. And then D, that's 9, 10, 9, 10. And then C, where we were before, 7, 8, 7, 8. Then we come over to G minor 7 flat 5, and we have a B flat up top, and I grab this chord for this. So I'm first finger's on fret 5 here on the 4th string. I'm not actually really barring that. I know it looks like it. I actually just have my finger hooked over, but here I'm actually barring. And so the middle finger is barring 6, 6, and 6. Then we go to a C7 flat 9, same diminished shape, so 5, 6, 5, 6. Diminished chords were great for flat 9 dominant chords if you weren't already aware. Then we come over to F minor 7 with the B flat still up top. So I grab this chord shape again. It's like the A minor 7. It's just now it's in the F minor context. So to grab this, I'm going 3, 5, 4, and 6. So 3, 5, 4, and 6. Then we have that pickup again, and we're back into the last A section. As you can see, this is all the same. And then here, this isn't in the tab, but I like to grab this B flat up here. I think it sounds nice. And you can get these cool harmonics if you want. The way you do that is you find the equivalent fret an octave up from the string you're on. So for example, if I want this B flat harmonic, it's this fret 6 on the 1st string. So I have to find the equivalent. So that's fret 6, so to speak, up here. The way you can easily see that is dot, dot, no dot. So you come over here, dot, dot, no dot, and bam, there you go. So say I wanted to grab this D note as a harmonic. I can see it's the 3rd dot of the G string. So if I come over here, here's my G string, 1, 2, 3, 3rd dot, and that should, if I've done correctly, get me my octave. Now the way I'm pulling that off is my finger is very lightly touching the metal piece, but I'm not putting any pressure, just like you would normally with a harmonic. And I'm using my thumb to strike the string, and that's how you get that cool harmonic sound. So I hope you got some use out of this video. You'll find the tab in the description if you want to download it. And I'll see you in another video.